been on hiatus for a bit. I thought I'd come back and do some reaction videos. I saw this movie called Birthgap. My wife suggested it to me. And I noticed there was a lot of really compelling testimonies from women of all ages. And I thought I'd just do a little bit of reacting to that. And we'll go from there.
He's a good person, but he was not ready to be a father. After the breakup, I start everything from zero. That's why I got very personal, very emotional because you know when you first know that your partner didn't want, it's quite heartbreaking.
Yeah, I think a lot of men don't realize what they're doing to women when they make them wait around like this. And for her, it's been absolutely tragic. So, you just got to make sure that you're on the same page with your partner. And if you don't want to commit to that, then you should probably get out of Dodge.
โทษทีนะพี่หนูไม่ได้แบบคือหนูไม่ได้เล่าให้ใครฟังไงว่า
This is my story too. My husband is granted that he is great, but you see, he still enjoy his other life, his drinking and all that.
Yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about when I say I used to be doing things that just weren't good for me. I was, going to bars and other things and, just spending my time doing unproductive things. I had an abundance of time and I filled that abundance up with stuff. And a lot of that stuff wasn't good. And, even though I wouldn't say I was taking it too far in any way, shape, or form, it was unproductive and it ended up hurting me in the long run, even though I wasn't really taking it that far. It's one thing to drink and, do a little weed or whatever when you're in your 20s or even your early 30s. But when you get into your 40s, even casual drinking starts to get pretty hard on your body. And all the while, this woman's been aging out. It's interesting to see that this is happening to women all over the world. It's not just the men doing it. It's also the women doing it to themselves. But, in their case, it was their boyfriends, but it's also the choices that they made. Sometimes you got to be a little more pragmatic and don't necessarily follow your heart right now. Follow your heart in the future. I think is probably a good way to look at it.
In our time, it's more like this is a shift in your life that's serious. You have so many things you want to do. You want to educate yourself. You want to find the right partner. You want to have fun. So it seems that the time is never right.
I'm kind of not ready.
Hell no. Hell to the no. I'm not ready to have kids.
I've always thought about having kids. I'm also not in a place where I'm married or pregnant or thinking about getting pregnant. So maybe in a few years that'll be another discussion.
All of my friends are head down into their career.
Yeah, I hear this a lot, and I heard this a lot in my generation. I'm Gen X. I heard it in the millennial generation. I'm hearing it in their generation. I've just got things to do. I'm busy right now. It's just not a good time. And this is not relevant. You have to prioritize what you want to do with your life while you're young. There's a trajectory that you're going to take. Anyone who goes to college should understand this concept. If children and a family are your goal, then that's what you need to be focused on. At the detriment of everything else. Your children and your family should not be at the detriment of they should not be at the detriment of your desire to take a trip to Europe or party or go to college even. I mean, as much as that may be a productive thing to do, if it's not your goal in life to go to college, you have to select, there has to be a hierarchy, and you have to follow that hierarchy. It's not that you can't go to school, but you've got to get started while you're young. You can't wait. You can't wait. I learned that the hard way, and you just don't want to do it, believe me. This is not something that you want to do.
None of them are married and none of them have kids.
None of them are married.
Career driven. So I feel so much pressure from my family and Kenny's family. They're constantly asking
Good.
us
You should
when
listen
you're
to
gonna
them.
have kids, and just trying to explain to them, like, I just really want to establish my career first.
I'm still very much focused on like getting at a certain place
Like-
in my career before thinking of like my brain cannot
You're
even
31.
think about that yet.
I've always wanted to have children. I've always wanted to have children while I was young, but not
It's because that's the right thing
now.
to do. Not now. Ha ha ha. It's just not funny. It's just not funny. These kids have no idea what they're doing to themselves. You know, fast forward 20 years, and for men, it's almost too late. And for women, it basically is too late. I mean, I know women who have had children in their 40s. My wife is having one now, but it's her third one. It's probably her last one. Okay. Single child households are not good. And that's where a lot of these people are headed if they get to have children at all. This has been an interesting process watching these. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm putting a link to the movie below. I suggest you watch the entire movie, Birthgap. It said to start conversations in your own communities. That's what I'm trying to do with this. Like and subscribe and donate to the links below. And stay safe, kids. Have fun out there.